nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say, we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. President Trump, in very brief remarks there, saying that Iran's nuclear program has been completely obliterated. Standing there, addressing the nation, behind him, Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and also the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. I'm Andrew Kraft. Thanks so much for being with us here on this momentous night in American history, and we're going to keep it going. We're also going to be showing you in replay that very speech in case you might have missed it live. We're going to be showing it to you throughout the course of the evening, also bringing on guests, experts, analysts to help us make sense of this particular moment in time in American history, in the history, the makeup, and the shape, the dynamic of the Middle East. June the 21st, 2025 will be a day that is remembered as a huge, huge moment for what happens going forward to the dynamic of the Middle East. And we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, good people. It was a short speech that the president made. And boy, am I crooked. All right. It was a short speech that the president made, and you know what? Let's listen.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu were on the phone. The United States gave the Israelis a heads up that they were going to do this, and you can see there. In the meantime, speaking of the Israeli leader, we also got on social media a message from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as well, thanking the Trump administration. What we want to do right now, we want to show that video to you as well. Let's listen to this.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Okay, so there you have it. That was the message from the Israeli Prime Minister.
All right, you heard that from the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. Well, we see what is going on. Supposedly, America took out, Iran had all of these nuclear warheads. They were building up their nuclear capability, and they had missiles that could, do damage to Israel and reach further than that. So according to what the president just said, we just took out their full capabilities. And they've been trying to go through peace talks. Let's listen again.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the...
All right, we played it at the beginning. All right, guys, let's go to the market. Now, of course, we can't go to the stock market. It's closed. But we could go to crypto. Okay, let's try that. As a matter of fact, let's see if we could do that. There we go. It's coming up. All right, cool. All right, so I'm reaching out way with my left hand here. Now you could see that this is on the daily, and you could see that we've been in this range, up, down, up, down. Let's go to the hourly. Let's go to the 30-minute. I'm reaching all the way over here, good people, so you can see what I'm doing. I just decided to just pipe stuff up, but you can clearly see that crypto is not liking this, and it is coming down, reaching down here. And this is Bitcoin. You could see that it is coming down, of course. That's on the 30-minute. Let's go to the 1 hour, and you could see that, you know, Bitcoin was already coming down before this strike. Crypto was already coming down before this strike. Let's just go back here, right? Let's look at what I think is coming and what I think is happening, okay? I think, this is just me, I think that things got really, 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 really bad. We can come back down here to the 94 range on Bitcoin. You know what that means for your altcoins, and you really know what that means for the meme coins. So meme coins are probably dropping like a rock as we speak. Bitcoin was actually down to 100 actually. Look at that. So you could see everything is not liking it. Everything is turning red. It's going from red to green. I'm sorry, from green to red. We can see XRP is down in the last 24 hours, and in the last hour XRP is dropping. As you could see, Bitcoin is down, Ethereum down. We could see what's going on. Solana is coming down. What else? Dogecoin is actually up, believe it or not. And so we can see how the altcoins are reacting. Bitcoin was already down in a lower range before this happens, okay? And so the only thing that's going to put crypto back right is lower rates, and that's not coming until the fall, right? Look at that. Bitcoin's just been dropping down. Let's go to the day. All right, Bitcoin has been dropping, all right? Look at that, 101. Look at that. 101 is where we were for a low today alone. All right. And so crypto, of course, is coming down. It's live. It's 24/7. No stocks to talk about. But in the pre-markets tomorrow afternoon, we will get a peep into what the stock market is going to be thinking about this. All right. Because that's a hard threat. That's a hard threat. Right. And yeah, there should be less bombs. And I know somebody asked, well, if it was a nuclear, they had the tools, the uranium and all of the, parts and pieces they need to make a bomb, right? And so they bombed the facilities, and we're at war, good people. That's an act of war, period. And so now I'm just praying for cooler heads to prevail. I do not like war at all, period. Let's just see what comes on. I just wanted you guys to hear what's going on in live time, look at crypto. But Bitcoin, actually, crypto is acting like really this was kind of priced in already. If you ask me, crypto was heading this way. Let's go to the 15-minute. Crypto was already heading this way, good people. It's like crypto was already expecting this, to be honest with you. So it's dropping, but it's not tanking. Look at this. All right. This is the 15-minute. This is after the president's Truth Social tweet. This is after the attack. We could see what's going on right here. We're still at 102, and actually, the reaction is not bad, if you ask me. Okay, let me show you this. Right there. All right. Look at that. So I'm on a 15-minute. This is Bitcoin. I didn't prepare any special charts, but you could see right here on the 15-minute, we're not looking that bad. If you look at when the announcement of the bombing actually took place, all right, on the 15-minute, we really didn't come down much at all. So it was already like it was already kind of priced in for it to happen, right? So far. But, you know, anything could happen when I cut the button off, and everything could just, you know, either rebound or just fall apart. You know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think this is going to do to the market? I know that we are talking to a lot of people around the world in different countries. I know we got people that love this side and that side. You know, me, I just pray for peace. OK, so let's talk about the market and what we think is going to happen. What do you guys think is going to happen to crypto? Since it's live right now. And then what do you think is going to happen to the stock market Monday morning? But you'll be able to peep into that or take a peekaboo tomorrow in the pre-markets, right? I like to go around 5 o'clock, which is around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But you can actually go 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and look into the pre-markets and see if it's down. If the pre-markets are down by 20, 30 points, that's a nothing burger. But if it's down by like 300 points, the NASDAQ, Dow, S&P, then that's something to pay attention to. That's telling you that Monday morning's open is going to be red, right? All right. When you say it was expected, does it mean that it was expected or you knew it before? No, I'm saying that crypto, the way that crypto was reacting, crypto started to tank before this news even broke. Crypto was already coming down. And so crypto was expecting something bad this week. If you guys listen to me, I always tell you that things happen when? On the weekend. I just said it yesterday. Be careful of the weekends because that's when they plan these things. You know, it's literally planned while the market is closed, and it's not just for the market, all right? But it's planned around the weekends. I guess they think the other side is sleeping on the weekend or whatever, all right? But generally, these type of attacks, Saturdays, Sundays, or Fridays after closing bell. Bitcoin 17K. No, we ain't seeing 17K again. No, them days is gone. Trump wants a bull market. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? War is never good. Yeah, a lot of people would think about that. What do you think? What's going to happen to the market? What do you think is happening to the market or going to happen to the market? Let me go to the 5 minute. Even on the 5 minute, good people. Even on the 5 minute, like I said, this is why I said it was expected as far as crypto is concerned. I'm on the Bitcoin. I'm on the 5 minute. He made the speech and everything. Look at that. We had a red candle, green candle, red candle, but it's not tanking, right? And usually there's a big fall off on the onset of war. There's usually a big fall off, right? And then if you look, it's kind of holding steady at 102. It was actually 101 earlier, right? And so it's showing that it's resilient. And I'm talking about crypto, all things considered. Crypto is showing itself to be resilient because the truth be told, crypto could come down much, much further. All right. Crypto could come down much further, but it's holding, good people. And I like that it's holding. Yeah, I drew the lines out and we could come down as far as we can come down to 94. We're not coming down to 17. You're never going to see a $17,000 Bitcoin again. I don't think anything's possible. I don't think you're going to see a 17. I don't think you're going to see a $37K Bitcoin. All right, let's price in. All right. Enough with the politics. We want to talk about the market. Okay. You playing a UVXY on Monday? Yeah. Priced in already. BC actually rebound since announcement of bombing. Look at that. That's true. That's what we got to keep our eye on. Yeah, this is an act of war. Yep. Maybe the market will. Yeah, it would be. I would be a little surprised if the market is green on Monday. And if the market is green on Monday, I wouldn't read much into it. Okay. Oh, you got La Rue. You got Bitcoin at 64 when they strike back. Nah. It's not coming down to 64. Not with this institutional buy-in. I doubt it. Okay, I doubt it. And I hope you're wrong, LaRue. But no, maybe 94, not 64. If crypto falls down to 64, we're in crypto winter. Hey, commodities, oil, silver, gas. Yep. Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's so true. Yep. You know what time it is. So did stocks Friday tanked? Okay. Yeah, it's always the weekends. Yep. Well, there's a video that plays that shows him saying 2 weeks like 24 times. Everything was 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I agree with him. We shouldn't be telling on this point. I agree with him on this point that only a fool would tell somebody exactly when they're going to strike. That's just stupid. Priced in. Yep. Do you think we will cause the Feds to cut rates? War? You know what? I don't think that's enough for this Fed. This Fed has showed that he is stubborn, and because inflation is stubborn too. So this Fed, this war is not enough. Look at everything else that happened, and he hasn't. So I don't think that this is going to move the needle one bit. I don't think he's going to increase by one bit, because if it doesn't hit the economy, and then he's not worried about it. Right. And if it's not going to cause inflation to cool off, then he's not dropping it. If he thinks, as a matter of fact, if he thinks inflation is going to spike, he may not even drop at all. We're still priced in for 2 more rate cuts by the Fed. And those are coming this fall. And that's why, if you guys remember, I was at the Bitcoin conference and I talked to 2 major Bitcoin miners, and they both said we're going to see a fall surprise with Bitcoin, meaning Bitcoin will peak out this fall and not this summer. I'm starting to see into that. I'm seeing a lot of truth into that, because fall is when the Fed is due to actually cut interest rates. And so I believe it's right. It's just going to be a patience game. Yeah, I believe that it could drop beneath. I say 94. It could come down. Yep. 170K. You think Bitcoin is going to 170? It could actually. A lot of people are feeling that way. Yeah, they trap bulls on Friday. Dip and rip. Let's see. That's true, Brandon. We need a bigger pullback than this. Yeah. Yep. Sell off and priced in. All right, good people. I'm not going to bore you and make this longer than it already has been. So we see that crypto is actually holding pretty decently with everything that is going on. The only thing that's probably tanking are the memes. I haven't looked at them yet. Let's just take a look. Come on. There we go. All right. Yep. Well, Dogecoin is tanking. SHIB is tanking. Woo. Pepe tanking. Trump coin tanking. Baby bump tanking. Yeah, Fartcoin has just ran out of air. And So yeah, the meme coins are just getting plummeted right now. The meme coins are getting plummeted right now. But Bitcoin is holding pretty steady for all things that are happening. And the altcoins are falling actually more. And, I will tell you this about crypto, man. I'm just going to tell you what I think, and I'm going to just end it. With crypto right now, Bitcoin has been the clear winner. Bitcoin has been the clear winner with crypto, if you ask me. And I believe it's going to continue. Do I believe alt season is going to come? Yes. But it's going to be late in the game. And it's going to require twice as much patience as most of us have. And I'm just going to be honest with you. And so it's just one of these things where I would just continue to really heavily down DCA into Bitcoin, and then find and be patient before you really start going in heavy into altcoins. Meme coins, man, it's just hard right now. I got meme coins, I got altcoins, and I'm just gonna hold the ones I have. But I've pulled back on my DCA. I'm not buying this dip, though I've bought other dips. I'm not buying this dips, but I am continually DCAing into my Bitcoin. And then at some point, I'm going to go in heavy to the altcoins, okay? Holding the alts that I have and holding the meme coins that I have, all right? So leave me a comment when this is over and let me know what you're going to do. Of course, I'm going to post all my plays in Stock Up You. And we're learning and earning over here, okay? It's going to be the top link below. And listen, guys, my man Keenan, you guys pray for us too, because my man Keenan got silenced for a week. Another influencer that I talked to got silenced. Another one got demonetized, and they're all in the finance space. So guys, say a prayer for us. I'm just telling you, they want us silent. For those of you that literally, I don't care if you heard one thing, it stopped you from losing money or it helped you to make money. Be diligent and look out for us. All right. There's no recourse to when we get these strikes and that type of deal. And, I'm thankful for this platform. I'm thankful for YouTube. It allows me to talk to you. But I'm telling you guys, I'm praying for peace, but also pray for us that you will have a mouthpiece to tell you what's going on so you could help, so we can help you make financial decisions on your own. You do the research. We bring you all of the data. You do the research and then make a decision, right? All I do is show you what I'm doing. I never tell you what to do. I always say anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, sell, or hold. I just show you what I'm doing. So guys, keep us in your prayers, all right? I'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.